Hey guys, this is LG Shaft. We are on round number one of the finals of the Zotac Cup. Now, the way it's working is this is a three bracket finals, so it's round one, round two, round three. This is Group D. I don't know why we started with Group D, but we did. We only have replays of A and D, so I guess rather than A and D ointment, I wanted D and A Dragon Age, yeah, because that sounds cooler than ointment. But with me today is my good friend Highlander. He's back from a long hiatus, and he is here to share his expertise in this ZVZ. We are looking at two very epic players. This is game number 2 in a best of 3. One player is up, the other one is down, and Highlander's here to tell you more about it. How you doing, buddy?
Great. Having a good summer playing StarCraft.
Sweetness, sweetness. You ready to get this unpaused?
Yep.
Okay, so here in 3, 2, 1, go. We are going to get this unpaused. Here on the bottom left-hand side of Cloud Kingdom Ladder Edition, we have the pink zerg. His name is GosuStyle. I also know him as Voldane. And his opponent, formerly of Teams Foyu and Slayers, it is Golden from Team Light. He is playing yellow. Now, this map, ZVZ, what are your thoughts on it, man? Like, is this something you feel comfortable doing a fast hatch on? Or do you like 14-14? Or would you rather mix it up with some kind of cheese or aggression?
ZVZ's been my best map or matchup recently. I've just been going hatch first every game.
With no scout, or are you
No
scouting?
scout.
Yeah, these guys aren't scouting either, and that just blows my mind. It seems like a 7 pull, 8 pull, 9 pull, any kind of early pull would really trash your day.
With proper overlord paths, I think you can scout lings coming from a 10 pool and hold that off.
Right.
I'm not sure about 6 pools though, but I've heard you can hold that off with the 15 hatch, so I've just been going with it. I haven't seen a 6 pool or anything yet.
Huh. You're kind of lucky in that regard, then.
Yeah, I am pretty lucky, I think.
I got you, man. I got you. Oh, those early pool builds, bro. They are annoying. Now, we are seeing some differences here between GoldenLight and GosuStyles. We've got Light Light, wow, his name is Golden. He's just now taking this extractor, where his opponent's extractor is finishing, so he will be getting metabolic boost quite a bit sooner than his opponent. I would actually tend to lean towards Golden, maybe going for either early Banelings or Ling and a Roach off this composition. I'm not really certain what he's got up his sleeves just yet, but we do have an Overlord being sacked right on into the main. With proper control, he should be able to get that out of there before Queen hatches, but it's still pretty ballsy, all in all.
Do you prefer to open Banelings, or do you defend differently? How do you play?
When I fast hatch, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to do Ling Baneling. If you do Ling and a Roach and your opponent masses Speedlings, you die.
Yep.
So I do tend to transition from Banelings into Roaches.
Okay.
Then tend to go Hydra, Infestor, Roach.
Once you get your third up?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know. ZVZ's kind of my worst matchup, though.
That's how we met, was ZVZ.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. It's good.
So we do have two Lings getting into the main of GosuStyle, but he didn't get any good scouting information. He didn't see whether the gas was still mining, and it's not. So that tells me GosuStyle is, again, playing very economic. Well, he does have 3 guys back on gas now. Maybe he just pulled them for Golden's benefit in that potential scout. Oh, there's Roaches coming as well. Is he going to take another gas? Becomes a really important question. No, he's going to lay it on a spine crawler. So this is going to be kind of defensive. Baneling Nest and a spine crawler for Golden. So both of these players taking a rather defensive posture. So I expect a third from both players here in the near future.
Yeah, I see a third coming down for both players too. Interesting that he skips Banelings. I don't like doing that.
No.
I think you got to go banelings first.
Yeah, this was again
See.
greedy. We've seen him cut corners in that first game, and I think this is another corner cut that just wasn't punished. And this actually may translate to a victory for him though, because well, Golden punished that last little cut corner, and it was all kind of accidental punishment, but it worked out. And well, Golden isn't really one who does blind all ends, so he's not gonna mass speedlings and pray. He's a little too refined for that. Now,
Okay.
no upgrades coming out for either player. That makes me a little uncomfortable. Generally,
The macro hatch is interesting.
that's true. That's true. And he's doing this Ling Roach. This could be an all-in, man.
Yeah.
He's getting that Carapace upgrade that's going to help both his Lings and his Roaches. Now he's moving a bunch of Lings chasing a single Baneling. That could have been awful if that Baneling had just dropped hold position. Whoa. GoldenLight nearly getting another... Oh, and all those Lings running right into a Baneling. But had he kept going up that ramp, he would have got a great scout. There was nothing there to stand between the Lings and that layer. But he pussyfooted out as soon as he died to a Baneling. That was just not very committed play there by Gosu. However,
yeah, that was very good baneling control by Golden.
now there are 5 spine crawlers on the way for Golden, and another hatchery being taken by Gosu once he realizes that his opponent's in a little bit too defensive of a posture for him to apply too much pressure. Oh, and this hatchery is going to get canceled. Golden doing a really good job there, sniping that with just a small army of Lings. Spire about halfway done for Golden. Hopefully Gosu has thought about this, but unfortunately without having a lot of creep spread between the third and the natural, he's not going to be able to hold this off. In fact, I would almost bet it is guaranteed he's going to lose this third. He has no anti-air, no spore crawlers, no layer, is getting a third up and has not even scouted. He has to know the Spire is on the way. He's seen no Banelings from his opponent. Well, he's seen 2 or 3 that are in defensive postures. He's seen no Baneling aggression. He's seen mass speedlings everywhere, no roaches. Now he's moving across with these roaches and he's going to try to run past the spine crawlers, but it's not going to work. There are too many spine crawlers here. He's still trying to attack into it. The Banelings are here to land. But lots of Banelings cleaning up all of the seedlings. There's a small group of seedlings up there. They go 3 Banelings, 3 roaches left, 2 roaches, 1 roach left now. Lings are flooding in, but there's just too much DPS here. Mutalisks are coming out on the map as well. This big aggressive attack by GosuStyle not actually doing any real damage. He has traded armies, but now his opponent with a tech advantage has an army lead, so this is not good at all for GosuStyle. He is still is only getting 3 spine crawlers. There's nothing at his third to defend it. He's not making queens. This is looking terrible for GosuStyle, while Golden has his third completing and has completely stabilized here at home.
Golden trying to deny the third, but it's just going to get stopped by the mutalisks. I don't know what he was doing trying to get a third while still on hatchery tech, pumping all those units. He really had to attack earlier to beat a muta timing.
True story, man. True story. And even then, I don't think it would have been enough.
Yeah, even then, Golden had a really good defense.
Now there are 4 overlords here for these overlords to clean up, but they are going to run right on past because hopefully he can get there before the spore crawlers finish. That is not going to be the case in the main. Now there is 1 spore crawler here and the second one being built, but that second one is badly bruised. It was canceled there at the last second. These Lings did try to target the spore crawler down, but the drones are going to defend that. Now this is 1 spore crawler, so it will be targeted down by the mutalisks. And this third, again, pretty much cleaned up. Again, this creep spread not being all the way to the third is a big issue because he doesn't have spore crawlers built along that walkway, so his queens are not safe to try to defend this third. Oh, and these 4 overlords have been run right here to this third hatchery, just as you know, icing on the cake for GoldenLight.
He's going to lose all those if Golden wants to get them.
Golden choosing not to, though, moving right on into the main. This is going to allow him to target down this queens and the spore crawler thereafter. Infestation Pit now finishing up for Voldane. He's still making a lot of spore crawlers. His economy is a little bit better than Golden's, but the problem with that is he's not able to keep his queens alive, and again, he's not got these walkways covered, so anytime he tries to rally queens in to defend another location, his opponent can just pick them off. This is really sloppy by Gosu. He is completely caught off guard by these mutalisks, and there's no reason he should have been. He knew what his opponent was going when he saw the spine crawlers, saw pure Ling with just a couple of banelings mixed in. He had to have known it was coming.
Those were some nice run-bys, though. Who do you think's in the lead right now?
Golden by a large margin.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
I don't know. Gosu's been droning really hard. I think he could, well, yeah, now he's got 5 infestors out. Oh, lots.
10 infestors coming, but
yeah.
Even with that said, man, Golden, he's got map control. Infestors can only do so much, and even though he's got 10 infestors, he's got nothing to support them. He won't need support against pure mutalisk, but just as soon as some roaches or some lings show up on the field, the game's going to change. Now, infestors do a really good job against lings, but you get roaches and lings mixed in with mutalisk, get the right flank, and the game changes just a little bit.
I think there could be a timing for Gosu if he massed up a big enough roach army. He may need hydras, but I think he could go and try to kill Golden if Golden doesn't go roaches in time, because they're both on 2 base still.
This game's really going to come down to upgrades for both players, and we see one armor upgrade for Gosu. Now I'm looking for... Oh, here we go. Banelings. Wow. Okay, no upgrades here for Golden. That could prove a bit of an issue. He does have ground carapace and roach missile attacks on the way. So behind this muta aggression, he's going to transition into roaches, and I think that is exactly what is needed to beat Gosu in this situation. These infestors are just going to have a much harder time against roach muta than they would pure roach or pure muta alone.
Yeah, he definitely needed to go roaches, and now that the third's kicking in, it's looking really bad for GosuStyle.
Well, Gosu is getting his own third, so if he's also putting these spore crawlers in the walkway like I was talking about earlier. Now he could spread them up a little bit, get one up on the high ground, and put another one up here with some spine crawlers to defend the spores. But for the most part, you know, he does have what he needs to keep himself fairly safe against these mutalisks. The roaches, on the other hand, are going to be a big sign. Gosu really needs overseers out on the map in the situation he's in, because when you go infester, you kind of accept that you're not going to have map control. Getting overseers, like 5 or even 6 of them, you can constantly send changelings from a bunch of different directions, and eventually it's just going to be too much of a hassle for your opponent to constantly try to kill them.
Well, the queens slowly making their way across the map.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes.
That's a bit of an interesting choice. Now, Gosu's even going to tell his opponent that there's a timing attack coming by showing them some of these lanes. But, I don't know. This is a Queen Infester Ling army. Gosu going with a little bit unorthodox, still going to be caught off guard by the sheer number of roaches. That's also going to allow Golden to get a roach spread. Ooh, Infested Terran going down all over the place. But that is going to narrow down the surround Gosu can get with those lings. This is a horrible engagement for Gosu. Golden is cleaning up. Or getting cleaned up, I'm sorry. Those lings finally able to get surrounded there on the third of Golden. But the Infested Terran are going to die off here in the near future by just pulling his army back. Golden is going to stay on even terms with his opponent. This is only a small number of wings, and the Infestors are pretty much out of energy. The Queens are coming in to get a little bit of range DPS, but I don't know, this is such an odd style by Gosu. Ooh, Golden getting fungal. This is not going to allow him to move his roaches around, but almost all of the infestors are dead. There's 4 infestors left. They're getting targeted down. Wow, apparently I can't count. There's 5 left. Okay, 3 left, 2 left. And one. Okay, the two infestors very badly bruised, now finally dying. Two more, three more infestors coming in. Constant reinforcements by Ghost, so these queens are still alive, allowing them to do more and more DPS, but there's nothing else left to tank for the infestors and queens that is going to allow GoldenLight to finally bring his mutalisks into this battle, and GosuStyle dropping the GG. It was very wise there of GoldenLight to keep his mutalisks out of the battle until most of the infestors had been dealt with.
Yeah, that was a very impressive decision making. I really thought Style had it there, but the roach reinforcements just too much.
Absolutely, Highlander. What are your thoughts? I mean, could Gosu have done anything differently? Could he have not attacked there and maybe had a better chance?
I think that was his last shot. He'd fallen pretty far behind.
Right, right. Well, let's look at the income tab. He was actually 7 harvesters ahead on equal bases. Was he as far behind as you and I both thought? Let's reevaluate this situation because, I mean, I see 2-2 upgrades for GoldenLight. I'm going to back up just a little bit so we can see upgrades. I just want to make sure we're seeing what we think we're seeing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
Here's Lings. They're 1-1. There's no upgrades on mutalisks. So 1-1 Lings with infestors. He really wasn't that behind, I guess, because he didn't have anything to transition into. He didn't
It's
have that
too
high.
bad the spores, if they had just been moved over like 5 squares over, they would have saved his third.
Yeah.
He'd still be in the game.
Yeah, I guess that it really does come down to losing that third, even though both players are still on 2 base at this point. Rough, man, rough. Small little decision there. Coming back to ruin GosuStyle's game.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was also like what allowed to keep the mutalisks to come in at the last second and clean up. They were otherwise occupied at that third.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff there. Awesome. Okay, guys, well, we are going to end this broadcast and move right on into the next match. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and then we will be back. So it is 11:33 right now. At 11:36, we will be back, guys. Bye-bye.